Alright, that's what I got now. Got the hub off the bottom there. Deciding whether I want to do the chain. I've already done it once, but she does 200. The big deal is getting it off. So this is the original bolt that goes inside the hub. This was the one that I put in there because you have to use this to press it. So I was able to, if you see other videos, they had to do it a little bit at a time, like 5 or 6 times. So I just figured I'd get a longer bolt. I did it once, and then I had to set it back up and just do like 2 turns. So basically I could have did it once. So you need to get one what I would consider pretty close to an inch longer. I believe this is 2.5-ish, so I think that's 3 and some change. I can measure it and send you a picture later. However, when I took the cover off, I did notice something about these seals. Look how clean that one is on the distributor and the one for the water pump. But then you go to the crank. She's not as nice, so I'm guessing that's where the leak was from. This is the hub. I did mark it when I pull off, and I'll tell you why. So if you look inside there, there's not a lot of pictures of that or videos, but that was the problem. You can't use just a regular old puller because you have to push up against the head of that bolt. My concern is it doesn't have a keyway. It has a mark, which I'm going to line back up. A dirt mark from the old keyway there at the bottom. So I marked it on the top. And this is the setup. And you put those bolts through and push it out. It's not easily done like that. Spent a few days messing with it because it felt like it was going to break. So basically what you have to do is go until she pops. Once she pops, then she comes out. So yeah, that's what I got so far. I'm gonna clean it all up, make some decisions what I want to order. So I just wanted to show you these distributor one, still flexible. This one, but this one you could see the cracks in, and you could see that is bad. So definitely the crank one was bad. I really didn't think it was. I was thinking more along this one, but this is still good and dry, and so is this one. But obviously this one didn't like its life. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. So we just knocked those out. Again, this was the brittle one, the crank one. Popped them out, straightforward. A couple of screwdrivers and a hammer. This one you could pry from the front. Didn't really work that way, so I knocked these out, pushed it from the back, from the back, from the back. All right, and then just cleaned up everything. This Tama chain, why we're doing it. That's a lot of play. Now granted it's tight over here because I turned it when I was taking the pulley off, and this is with both sides should be like just that little bit, 1/4 inch, not this holy crap shit. But anyway, there you go. So we're swapping it out, coming from Summit, hopefully tomorrow. So again, just showing you, we lined up these marks. I turned the crank and cam together as a set here, and you got a mark here. You got a mark down there, a little circle. There you go, get a set. But man, look at the, that's a lot of play. It's a crazy amount of play. Anyway, hopefully the other one will be better. We'll see how we get it off. Alright, so I got the gear off. Had to use a puller. Got a picture of that set up. Everything's going to be lined up already, dot to dot. Got a picture of that. I'm going to end up having to drop the pan a little so we can go straight on with it because of this, the cover. After I put the chain on tonight, I'll jack the car up and drop the pan a little. I'm not going to replace that gasket. If it needs it later, I'll do it later, but right now I'm not doing it. Because I like to start this car and drive it. I think it's good. I never had the pan leaking, so it should be alright. Worst case scenario, I'll do it a different day. So chain right now, and then cover tomorrow, hub tomorrow, and then after it's back all together, then the kids will put the rest of it back on the water pump, distributor, and then we have to change out the cap and the rotor. I'm waiting for that also. I believe it should come tomorrow. We got the chain in today from Summit. And that's it. Oh, this is what I was going to show you. Oh, this is the brand that everybody says to use. I believe it's an old school manufacturer. That's the part number. Got it from Summit. 85 bucks or something like that. Everybody else wants like $120. And that's the new setup. This is the gear that drives the water pump gear. Alright, so we'll get that done and we'll get back to you. That's the new chain. Just wanted to show the tension on it. Not much better, but a little bit better.
Like that?
Mm-hmm. As flat as you can get it. Yep. We'll start spinning it and then lay it down flat. Yep. There you go. Alright, move on to the next one.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Alright, we just cleaned up the distributor. That's the old one. Then you have the gaskets with this cap and rotor. So I went ahead and used some silicone on it. Got my water pump gasket in, got this installed. All the gaskets, the hub's on. Does need to go in just a little bit more. The purpose of this video is this collar here needs to go towards the engine. Also, a lot of people say pack them with grease. I did no rusting in there, so I did pack it. So when I put this on, I'm sure some will come out. And there's an O-ring on the water pump. So I just wanted to show the direction that this needed to go. The reason for that is these ones on the splines on the inside are straight, which you get these ones which are concave, and then this side is concaved, the outer side, and then the water pump is straight. You can flip it either way, but the correct way is this collar to the motor. Alright, I went ahead and glued the gaskets in place. I was taught by an old school cat, just do one side. So you do both, you guarantee a leak. So I'm going to take this timer cover off. It cover was good, the gasket was good, and only was silicone on one side. You can comment below if that's something you do different. I know back in the day I used to do both, but I listen to old school. Anyway, we have Mr. Isaac here going to slap this water pump in. We already replaced the O-ring Isaac did on the shaft. We greased up the shaft, it's ready to go. He's cleaned this off, so this is all ready to go. Alright, Isaac, let's install it.
Alright.
I believe other than the upper two bolts, the bottom's on the bottom bolt and the side bolt, both are going to need some silicone put on it. We'll get to that in a second. Alright, Isaac, let's get it in place. Pick it up.
Is it this one?
That's the one you cleaned up, yep, and the O-ring. Alright. So we gotta line up the shaft with what they call a coupler. Oh, that's just the hose clamp. Alright, let's see. We'll have Isaac video this while I set it up, and then he can slam it on. Here. So you're not videoing me on my back. Get up in here on the water pump. And we'll see if we can slip it in there. So feel it go on the shaft. On one side, but not so much on this one. Might be getting stuck up on the shaft a little. That's what it seems like. So what we could do is we could just rotate the shaft a little. Try it again. Still not going all the way down. Try it again. It's trying, but not looking good. What is the problem here? It does have an O-ring on it. Maybe it's fighting the O-ring a little. Well, we greased it up, so let's see. I'm guessing it's the O-ring that's fighting us. I had a similar problem on the distributor. Wow, it's just rubber.
Rubber?
Yeah, the little O-ring you put on the back.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm. It's fighting it. Trying to get on. Like how I fought that fish yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get a little view.
Yeah, this is what I'm fighting with this thing.
Yep, right there.
I guess it
See
could be
that?
the O-ring.
See that O-ring?
Doesn't want to go on there. Maybe the O-ring's too big. Just for giggles, I'll pull the O-ring off and let's see if that's the problem. There's the O-ring. No, it doesn't look like that's the problem. Looks like one side wants to go on, but not the other. So weird.
We're working on an impala.
I'll put that O-ring back on because I don't think that's it. So, what is this thing hitting on? Seems like the right side will go down pretty easy. Probably the left side. But for whatever reason, this side's hanging up. And I should do pretty much the bone. Well, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
And then Isaac will zip it on. So I still didn't get it all the way on, but you see where it's at compared to the other side that has the pin. All right, there you go. So this one's all the way down. This one I had to smack it on a little bit. It's not a GM alternate, I mean water pump, so it was a little bit beaten up on the inside. So I'm assuming that it rubs a little. So I smacked it on with the mallet. I just wanted to also show that out of the 6 bolts, the middle and The lower one need a dab of silicone because they're going to go into the water jacket and they will leak. I've had it leak before. The 2 upper ones go right into the block. Don't need it. So we're ready for Isaac. This one holds the smog pump bracket on top, I believe. But right now we're just going to zip it on because it's like 100 degrees and we'd like to go inside and have lunch. So we start this one, and what I'm going to do is, or have Isaac do, just walk this thing in. Oh, it's the wrong one.
Do I go into the car?
Nope, you're gonna hit it right here on top as soon as I get these bolts started. All right, see about hitting these ones over here, Isaac.
Alright.
Come over here. That's off. And now you're taking it out. Okay, try to hit it. Let's see. And let's see if that thing walks in. Yeah. I'll get the bottom. See if it walks in some more. Not like the other one. Kind of weird. That one seems to be sticking out a lot more than this one, but it is up against the block.